Hello, I'm not sure what your first language is or what language you speak. I'm speaking English now, but actually English is not my first language. Um, I know some of you are making a joke about being Australian, but no, English is not my first language, nor is Australian. When I first came out of my mother's womb as an infant, as a newborn babe, I was very vulnerable to the elements. I was vulnerable to prey and to hunger and the environment. I was very, very vulnerable. I needed looking after. I needed to know I was safe. And the way I learned that was by looking up into the face of my parent, of my mother. And it was the expressions on her face that made me know whether I was safe or not, which is the most crucial emotion that we need to experience, feeling safe. And I learned that through the first language that I learned, which was facial expressions and communication via facial expressions. I still use it every day, this extraordinary first language of mine. I use it every day, and you do too. We use it to feel safe, we use it to communicate our needs to other people. I can't underestimate how important this language is, and we especially use it in the bedroom or in intimate situations where we're really connecting, when we're potentially very vulnerable to rejection, which is horrible. And some of us are particularly prone to particularly wanting to avoid rejection at great cost. And our first language, the facial expression, communication we have with other people, it's insanely important, but misunderstood or deprioritized a lot. It is something that we don't often use on Grindr and on the apps. Sometimes we're committing to having sex with someone before we've even seen a face or come to face with them. Sometimes we're using chems because we're bypassing that face-to-face language communication thing, which is so important. Excuse me. I think what I'm urging you to do is to have faith. My gosh, have faith in your first language, your ability to communicate with your facial expressions, to read others. You're very good at it. And sex should be awesome. It really should be amazing. And we shouldn't need chems to do it. Chems can be something we might choose to do to enhance something, but we shouldn't need them to facilitate this. And sometimes it's just because hookup culture has become it has kind of ruled out that facial expression to a degree. And I think if you're one of those guys like me that has struggled with hookup culture, then go back to your roots. Go back to where your brilliant skills are at communication using face. You know you're good at it. You use it every day, just not necessarily in hookup environment. So do it. Go and do it. Just give it a go. Have faith in yourself. It's awesome, that skill of yours.